A win is a win, bitches.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I'll be talking about the New York Jets 21-14 win over the Houston Texans. Was it pretty? No, but as we said at the top, a win is a win, and I'm going to take it as Zach Wilson returned. Didn't start out so hot. Second half was better, still not where it needs to be, obviously, but did see a step in the right direction, at least in the second half. So let's jump right into it. First drive, I mean, Houston is marching the ball right down the field. It's just why. And one of the frustrating things, so Houston would end up going for it on 4th and 1 in their own territory, by the way. They were getting close to the 50, but in their own territory in 4th and 1. And the Jets had their backup defensive line rotation in. Why? Like Nathan Shepard was out there. You didn't have fully Fatukasi in a run situation, which makes zero sense. No Quinnen. Like, what are we doing here? I don't understand their use of the defensive line rotation. That bothered me a little bit. But the Jets would make up for it, and John Franklin Myers in particular would make up for it as he would deflect what was trying to be a screen pass from Tyrod Taylor up in the air and intercepting it, returning it 30 yards. And boy, did he have a phenomenal day. So the Muhammad Wilkerson comparisons can go the F out the window. Those were always ridiculous to begin with, but he had maybe his best game of the season, definitely his best game since the Tennessee Titans game, and just, yes, still very much worth that contract despite, some fans turning on him after, a 3-4 game sample size after that. Ridiculous stuff anyway. But the Jets would end up settling for 3. Would have liked to get into the end zone there, but unfortunately just settled for 3. Jets defense gets a stop, not much going for the Houston Texans, and then frustration starts to set in a little bit. So Zach Wilson was picked off, and it was him trying to do too much. In 3rd and long, he tried to backhand shovel pass in front to Ty Johnson, who was looking, and then turned around to block because it looked like Zach Wilson was going to tuck it down and run. You got to tuck it and run there. It's as simple as that. You just have to do it. He was just, people were asking me on Twitter, why was he trying to do that? Well, he's a young quarterback making his 7th career start. That was my biggest thing in the first quarter of this game. The first half of this game was I felt like I was fighting for my life on Twitter, where some of the reactions were a bit much, if you ask me. But anyway, after the interception, Texans go right down the field, Taylor to Jordan, 7-3 Texans at this point. Wilson looked shaky again on the next possession, was a little bit erratic. He was, for most of the entire first half and a little bit in the second half, was erratic throwing the ball today. Looked a little rusty. We'll see if that goes away in time. Hopefully it does, but that's something that you would like to see improved on. So they punt it right back. Tyrod Taylor would then go deep to Cooks in the end zone. Hall got beat on this play, and to start this game, maybe his worst game as a pro. Definitely his worst game to start this year. More on him later, as he would end up being one of the heroes of the game later on. But the Jets would go 3 and out, and just offense not looking good at this point. Texans possession, John Franklin Myers gets another sack. It's just all over the place today. Really, really good first half. Jets get the ball back again, so Texans offense is starting to stall a little bit. You'd have a much better looking drive this time. Walter ended up punching it in, he played above LaMichael Pirine, which some people online were a little bit upset about, but he played well, so he punches it in to make it 14-9. The Jets would then go for 2, and they ran a zone read kind of thing with Josh Johnson on the 2-point conversion to make it a 3-point game, and it worked, 14-11, and that would be 14-11 at the half. Coming out of the second half, another good drive from the Jets. They're moving the ball a little bit. There was one play where Zach Wilson rolled out, and he threw the ball, and it looked like it hit Ryan Griffin. He probably would like to get that one in, but he dropped it. The Jets ended up trying for a field goal, but there was a penalty from the Texans on special teams, so the Jets end up getting the drive extended, and then Zach Wilson would run in. A gutsy play by him, by the way, on the RPO to make a guy miss and, go head first into the end zone. That was cool. So 18-14 now. The Jets are in front. Texans drive. Tyrod Taylor gets a big run, which I just feel like that's something he's done against the Jets forever, it feels like. In 2015 and 16, he killed them. And now he's back, and it looked like he was going to kill him again. Then Quinn Williams comes up with a big play. Like the Jets desperately needed their defensive line to play well, and they did. They bailed out the secondary because at times the Jets' best player in the secondary, Bryce Hall, didn't look good. Again, he would come back around, thankfully, but the Jets' defensive line, specifically JFM and Quinn Williams, I thought were excellent today. Next Jets possession, a huge play to Braxton Berrios. Did he turn on the afterburners. That was nice. That got the box score stats up a little bit. Good for Braxton. Sets up the Jets in great field position. Amendola has a chance to kick and make it a 7-point game. Missed. He absolutely stinks. Matt Amendola is not going to be kicking for the Jets next week. I could pretty much all but guarantee you that. Really just didn't look good whatsoever. And we would see later Robert Saleh showed zero faith in him. More on that in a little bit here. Texans offense not doing a whole lot. Jets would get the ball back. They would go 3 and out, and Zach Wilson limps off on 3rd down. Little scary. He would end up being okay, thank God, but Josh Johnson did start warming up a little bit. No disrespect to Josh Johnson. It was a nice play on the 2-point conversion. He looked good in the start against Indianapolis, but we need Zach Wilson to get as many reps as humanly possible down the stretch here. So after the 3 and out, we get a really bad punt. I mean, Brandon Mann just got to be better. That was not a good punt. Luckily, the Texans would not benefit from this, as Matt Amendola would... not Matt Amendola, just force a habit. But as the Texans would miss a field goal, Jets get the ball back, and they end up extending their drive by going forward on 4th down twice. Once was a really nice catch by Keelan Cole, and the second time it would have been a chip shot field goal, but they instead went for it and did a little Elijah Moore end around. Love the gutsy call from not only Robert Saleh, but Mike LaFleur as well. Ironically, on 3rd down, after they picked up they moved the chains that time, they would get to 3rd down again, and they did like a draw play. I was surprised they didn't get more aggressive, because then they would finally settle for that the field goal to put the Jets up 7-21-14. Matt Amendola, thank God, redeems himself. But I was a tad surprised that the New York Jets coaching staff got conservative in that spot. Next Texans possession, Jets defensive line comes up huge stop on the run from Quinn Williams. Then on 4th down, Bryce Hall, pass deflection, breaks it up. Really nice job redeeming himself there. It was a turnover on downs. The Jets end up punting. It looks like they could pin him inside the 5, but Hardy just misses, and it ends up being a touchback as he tried to save it. And then the Texans pretty much don't do anything on offense after that. And the New York Jets hold on to win 21-14. Was it pretty? No, but a win is a win. And the Jets have been a bad team on the road for a long time. For a young team, whether it be the young quarterback, the young roster besides that, the rookie head coach, the rookie offensive play caller, you got to string some of these positive vibes together. A win means something to them, right? I don't care if they don't end up with the 2nd overall pick and they win a few games down the stretch here. Obviously, we would rather hope for Zach Wilson to play a little bit better than what he did today. I will give him a little bit of credit for, being a little bit more gutsy in the second half. Still, now you get the Philadelphia Eagles at home. They just lost to the Giants at MetLife Stadium today. So, I mean, who knows? Just build off this, right? Carry momentum. Show signs of progress. That's all you could ask for a young team, right? The season was never about wins and losses, but it is fun when you get to talk about a victory here. And once again, it was nothing life-changing. It wasn't as much fun as the Cincy game. It wasn't as much fun as the Tennessee game. But what I can tell you is that I am very much so happy that the Jets were able to get a win on the road. Was it against a bad team? Yeah, of course, but a win is a win. So that's going to do it for me. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about the game. I'm Matt O'Leary. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you next time.